How you guys feeling? Y'all good? I don't like the energy. I'm gonna ask y'all one more time. How you guys feeling? Good. Listen, you could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, and I appreciate that. So listen, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I had a rough life growing up. So if you had a rough life, you know, you can raise your hand, but if you don't want to participate in that, you don't have to raise your hand. If you had a rough life, raise your hand. Yeah, rough life. But listen, I'm gonna be real with y'all. Growing up, I hated school. School was just never my thing. Always did bad in school. From elementary to high school, I just had a hard time. I felt I was a special ed. I felt I had an IEP. So it was like my brothers and my sisters, they always did good in school. And I kind of got jealous a little bit. Cause I'm like, I'm working hard. Why could I not do the same thing as them? I'm working, I'm doing everything in my power to do great. But unfortunately, I never did it. So that led me to go towards the streets. You know, I started drinking and smoking. Not saying I was a heavy drinker and heavy smoker, but that's what I started doing. But one day, everything changed. In my neighborhood one day, a guy pulls up, a ski mask on, a white t-shirt, all you hear is boom, 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 boom. Start shooting. I ride all the way down to the recreation center. I'm on my bike. I get all the way down there. Not noticing I've been shot. My friend Ronald punched in my foot. He said, yo, Two-Tech. Everybody in my neighborhood called me Two-Tech. He said, yo, Two-Tech, your foot bleeding. So I go into panic. I check my chest, I check my head, I check everything. I realized I was good. I wrap my foot up, I get back up to my neighborhood. I go up there to meet my uncle. That's why I came to my neighborhood, to meet my uncle, so we can get into a family function. I get up there, I jump in the back of the seat, I got my pants off, my leg was bleeding, my foot was bleeding, everything was just bloody. So I get all the way up there, my uncle, my sister, my little cousin asked me, Kyrie, what's going on? What's going on? I'm good. I just been shot. So they all frantic and going into panic. I'm like, I'm good. So I call my mom, and she going up, what, Kyrie, what's going on? I said, Mom, I'm okay. Call my cousin, let him know what's going on. But from that day forward, I knew I had to get my life in order because I wasn't moving right. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. If I never got shot, I probably wouldn't be here today. I'll probably be dead or in jail for the rest of my life. Because the life I was living, it wasn't good at all. You know what I'm saying? So I started to pray more. I started to not distance myself from my friends, but in a way, distance myself because I had to get myself together. And at the end of the day, when I started distancing myself from my friends, it's like I started to get a whole clear vision of who I was. Because I was a follower. I wasn't a leader. I wasn't being true to myself. So that's why I got shot. I wasn't being real with myself. But I was scared. I'm not going to lie. I was paranoid after I got shot. I'm like, I could have died. But I knew I didn't want to die or even spend the rest of my life in jail. So I started to get myself together. And it's so crazy because I just graduated elementary and I just turned 13 years old when I got shot. So got my life together. Now I'm going to middle school, 7th grade. I went to Allisdale Middle School. Got myself together, started doing good in school, you know, slowly but surely. 8th grade, I slid right back down that slippery slope again. I'm like, well, I can't get myself together, so that's what I did. I slid right back down that slippery slope. Got in there, started drinking, started smoking, started doing things again, hanging out with the wrong crowd. But one day, my PE teacher, he had pulled me to the side. It was second period health ed. I will never forget this day. He pulled me to the side. He was like, Kyrie, do you have an IEP? Are you supposed to be in special education? I said, what? So when he said that, it's like, okay, I got something for him. And the reason why he asked me because I failed this exam twice. In his eyes, it was easy. But for me, it wasn't easy. Everybody else passed except for me. So he pulled me to the side, he asked me that. I said, you know what, I got something for him. I'm going to prove him wrong. And that's exactly what I did. So he gave me the exam the third time, and I knocked it out. Got everything right. In fact, that's the only class I got an A in. I never really had A's and B's, none of that stuff in school. I always had C's and D's. Because I told you guys, I hated school. School was monotonous, boring, the same routine over and over and over again. But when he said that, like bells went off my head. I'm going to prove him wrong. So I want you guys to understand, when people say stuff about you, you never have to respond. Because every action doesn't need a reaction. Sometimes people say things about you just to get you riled up and stirred up. But you gotta ignore that stuff. Let it go one ear, out the other. And prove people wrong. Because one thing about life, people are gonna talk. Whether it's good or whether it's bad. And that's exactly what I did. I said, you know what, I'm proving wrong. And I passed that class. So I got out of 8th grade, now I'm going to 9th grade. I went to Woodrow Wilson Senior High School, which is now called Jackson Reed. I went there, right? I get in that school, all my friends and all my people from my neighborhood went to the same school. So I'm feeling myself, my confidence is, you know, on the up and up, it's going up. You know, the females, it's a whole lot of good things that's going on in that school. So, get to the school, 9th, 10th grade, I'm doing good, mediocre, I'm barely making it. 11th grade, I started slipping, I started sliding down that slope again. 12th grade, it was over. Me and my family, we got in fights every day. Every single day with this particular neighborhood. Won't say their names because we passed that now, but every single day we got in fights. So when that happened, right, they was like, you know what, Kyrie, your cousin, I'm tired of it. So they sent me to an alternative school called Choice. And an alternative school is like when you're not doing good in your school, they kick you out. They may expel you from your school, or they may kick you out for a good amount of months. And that's what they did to me. I was gone for 3 months from my school because I kept fighting. And like, I just didn't care. I'm like, I wait till my 12th grade year to do all this, and this is the year that you have to graduate, you know? So I did that, right? So I get to the alternative school, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I hated that school. It was just like prison. You had to wear a uniform, you had to turn your phones in, you had to be separated from a woman, you had to pull your pants up, there's so many things you had to do. I'm like, it's just like prison, why am I here? But I wasn't taking accountability for my actions. I put myself in that school. I had nobody to blame but myself. I did it to myself. I couldn't look at nobody. And then I got to that school and I realized that it was my fault that I got sent to that school. So I get to the school, 3 months pass by, the work was elementary work, mediocre work, I was just knocking it out. And I had to leave that school early because the guys that I was fighting went to that same school, so they didn't want any friction. But the thing was, that was so crazy, it was a juvenile detention center right behind it. So if anybody got any fights or did anything, they would send you right there. So I had to get myself together. That's when I really started to change my mind and shape my mind. That's exactly when that day happened. So 3 months passed by, they sent me back to Woodrow Wilson Senior High School, which is now known as Jackson Reed. I get there, I graduate on time. Now it's time for me to go to college. I told y'all I hated school. School was boring, monotonous, the same old routine every single day. I said, you know what, I'm not going to school. But my grandparents and my mom had to talk with me. They said, you know what, Kyrie, you gotta go to school. I'm like, I'm not going to school. So we had a, like a kind of like an argument, kind of like, you know what, it's your parents, you gotta listen to your parents. So that's exactly what I did. I enrolled in Montgomery Community College, one of the best community colleges in Maryland. I got there. You know, I ain't gonna lie, I had a tough time at first because school never came easy for me. So you got a thing called a prerequisite exam. A prerequisite exam is an exam that you have to take so they can place you in certain levels that you placed in, right? So I get in there, gotta take this exam. I failed this exam terribly. I'm talking about, I failed the exam so bad that I was embarrassed to even tell my grandma and my mom, but I got on it. So, you know, the truth came out, so I had to tell them, right? So now the next place again, remedial classes. 2 classes I had to placement, so all the thoughts that my health ed teacher told me in the 8th grade, I'm like, man, it's coming back, I must be slow. I must do have an IEP. But I said, you know what, if somebody says nothing about me, I'm gonna prove them wrong. And that's exactly what I did, right? So, in order to pass out these classes, you have to do great. You have to make sure you test out, you have to do everything. So from that day forward, I said, I'm gonna change my mindset. I'm not gonna play around with school. I'm gonna make sure I get serious about school. Because this is the first time in my life when I took school serious, when I enrolled in Montgomery Community College. So I get in there, right? I'm in class, I'm going to tutoring, I'm doing all type of stuff, the writing lab, learning how to write, and I had so much success around me because my grandma is from the South, very educated. I had an uncle that's an accountant, and I had an aunt that's an editor. So I had a lot of success around me. So when I moved my grandma for a new environment, a peaceful environment, I had to get myself together. It was no plan. My grandma had to talk to me, so if you come to my house, you leave the foolishness at the door. You can't be playing around. You have to make sure everything you're doing is for a reason. And I had so much success around me, so there was no reason I should be felt. So that's what I did. I got a job working at a gas station. I used to work on Saturdays and Sundays. And then I would go to school, sometimes during the morning, sometimes at night, college. So I did that. So the first time in my life when I'm feeling good about myself, I'm doing good in school, something I struggled in my whole life. Now I'm finally doing good. Now I finally get it. So that's what happens. So I get in there, passing all the exams, doing good on all my papers, doing phenomenal. Then after I do that, now it's time to take the exam to pass out the class, right? So I remember the day like yesterday. I always try to get places 20, 30 minutes early. In life, you got to make sure you always arrive early because anything can happen at any given moment. So that's exactly what I did. Got there 20, 30 minutes early, going to test the center to take the exam. That's what I did. I knocked it out with flying colors. And I knew I passed. You ever get the feeling in life when you know you passed something? Y'all ever get that feeling sometime? Y'all confident about things? Appreciate it. Y'all confident about things? So that's exactly what I did. I went in there and I knocked it out. Boom. Get past it with flying colors. After I passed it, you have to wait in the waiting center. So the professor will pull you in the office and let you know how you did, right? So he did that. Pull me in the room, like, Kyrie, you're going to pass. But the thing he said was, that got me, which I knew, I had the highest score on exams. So I had the highest score. So I went from the bottom to the top, like that Drake song. I started from the bottom, now I'm here. I said I started from the bottom, now I'm here. Like that song was very popular during the time I was in school, right? So that's what happened. So I went from the bottom to the top. So I went from hating school to loving school. Just a matter of changing my mindset. And I want to say something to all you guys, man. I don't know y'all agree, but I just want to say something to all you guys. College is not a scam. College is only a scam when you end up in debt. Meaning, if you go to school for a degree that's not going to pay you no money, that's when people say college is a scam. So from 9th to 12th grade, you have to make sure that you hit the ground running. Do good, 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade, so you can have scholarships. You don't have to take out no loans because you got a degree that's going to pay you some money. But if you got to take out a loan, you take out a small loan, which your degree is going to cover it. So go to school for a degree that's going to pay you some money. We get in the mindset to say college is a scam. No, college is not a scam at all. College is only a scam when you end up in debt. Y'all got to remember that. So I graduated from there, Montgomery College, but I'm fast forward, I'm much too fast. I'm going to say this. So it's another struggle that occurred. My grandmother died. My grandmother died, my aunt died, my cousin died, and my other aunt died. My great-grandmother, I'm sorry. Back to back. We lost the house that I grew up in, so it was just another struggle. I was in a relationship during the time, my girlfriend, that one left, so it's like so many things just erupted in my life. Every time I try to do good, something to bring me back to my bad side, my negative past, right? So I had suicidal thoughts, man. I had suicidal thoughts. I'm like, dang, God, why every time I try to do good, something always happens bad in my life? But one day I was laying on the bed and I heard my grandmother's voice say, son, you better get up and do this. I heard her voice like, son, get up. And that's exactly what I did. So I graduated from Montgomery College. I had a 3.6 my whole time there and went down to a 3.3 because I wasn't focused. So many things were going on. So after I graduated from Montgomery College, I transferred over to Bowie State University. So once I transferred over to Bowie State University, I had a 4.0 the entire, every semester, every year, a 4.0 every semester. So really went from the bottom to the top. That graduated cum laude, etc., etc. So I said them stories because I want you guys to understand. All you guys are doing my great. I don't know y'all don't know me, but I see the potential in everybody in this room. But you gotta believe in yourself. Because I'm up here, I can talk all day, but when I leave, you guys will go back to your life. Everybody has potential to be great. Everybody has greatness within them, but you gotta believe it. I believe it, but do you believe in yourself? Y'all believe y'all great? How many of y'all gonna do great things in life? Raise your hand if you're gonna do great things in life. Raise your hand. What about you? Everybody gonna do great things. Raise your hand if you're gonna get through the school year successful. Raise your hand. Okay. Oh, you said what you got? Okay. Let me ask you this, man. In life, you gotta understand, it's gonna be setbacks, it's gonna be shortcomings, but I want you guys to rise above it every single time. Keep going hard every single day. 24/7, 365, go hard. Because I'm gonna tell you like they told me, work is not hard. You just gotta apply yourself, make sure you're disciplined, and make sure you train yourself to be a better person than you were yesterday. Like I say, the earlier you start, the better off you be. So when you start young, you have a head start on everybody else. So you gotta just always maintain that focus, maintain that determination, maintain that drive. And if I can do it, literally, anybody in the world can do it. I'm not the smartest person ever. I just work hard. And you gotta understand, you don't have to be that smart. You just have to know what you know. And that's just what it is. So I graduated, Bowie State University, and then I went on with my life. I changed my mind. So now I have written 4 books, I graduated 2 degrees, real estate investor, etc., etc. But none of that stuff matters. What matters is me sharing my message with you all, and hopefully you guys get inspired, and so you can do great things in life. Because struggles are going to come in your life. Trust me, but you will overcome it with your mindset and your discipline, your determination. So I'm gonna ask you guys, we're gonna go around the room. We're gonna play a game called the 10-year challenge. I wanna ask you guys a question like this. Start with you, man. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Okay. Okay. So let me ask you this. What grade are you in? 10th grade. Okay, sophomore. So are you doing anything to look into it now? Like, are you, what you doing now?
I'm doing a shadow.
Okay. Good. Phenomenal, man. Phenomenal. What's your name? Kwame. That's phenomenal, Kwame. How about you?
I don't know. I was donating something. So, yeah, I just got a job that I enjoy.
Okay, job you enjoy. And what's your name? Okay, 50? Oh, 50. Oh, 50. With a P?
No,
Pretty. Okay, Kidney. Something, coach. Coach. Okay, how about you, young man? What's your name?
My name's Jack.
What's up, Jack? How you feeling, man?
I'm good. I feel good.
Okay.
I think I see myself doing like definitely something like technology,
Okay.
like a software developer, like a game developer, something like that.
Are you doing anything now to do that?
Yeah, I have a game design club. Everyone should come. It's after school.
Okay, I like that, man. I like that, Jack. How about you, young lady? What's your name? Naya. Hey, Naya. Yes, ma'am.
I don't know, in 10 years, hopefully get a job. Doing something that saving money.
Okay, I like that. I like that. I like that. I really like that. Cool. How about you, young lady?
My name is Maeve.
Hey, babe. How you doing?
Good. I also don't really know what I want to do, but I hope in 10 years I have a job that I like, and then I'm doing something interesting.
Okay. Okay, not bad, man. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. How about you, young lady? What's your name?
My name's Laura. In 10 years, I want to probably be a therapist.
Okay, not bad. Okay. Therapist, okay. Thank you. Thank you, sis. Sir? Hey, young lady. How you doing? What's your name?
I'm Khadija,
Hey, Khadija.
and in 10 years, I want money. I don't know what job, but I want a lot of money.
Okay, not bad. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. How about you, young lady? What's your name?
Sarah?
Hey, Sarah. How you doing?
Good. 10 years, I probably want a job that has to do with filmmaking or photography.
Okay. Okay, not bad. Not bad. How about you, young lady? What's your name? Say it again. Shadon. No? How about you? What you see yourself doing? Okay, not bad. Not bad. What grade are you in? Okay, 11. Okay, junior. Okay. Good. Keep it going. How about you, young man? What's your name?
My name's Luca.
What's up, Luca? How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Yes, sir.
In 10 years, I hope to have a job in something that I enjoy and like figure out what I do in life.
Okay, not bad at all. Thank you. Appreciate you for sharing. How about you?
I'm Mark, and in 10 years, I want to, have the job or try to go to do it and be successful.
Okay, I like that. I appreciate you, man. How about you, young man?
Money. I want to be a pilot in
Okay,
10 years.
not bad.
And I want to make lots of money.
Lots of money. Okay, I like that. We are good. I appreciate that. How about you, young man? What's your name? Hey, how you doing?
I don't know exactly, but like research science or
Okay, not bad. How about you, young lady?
I want to have a job that like helps people, but that's it.
Okay. Good. How about you, young man? Good work. What's your name?
My name is Ned.
What's your name? Okay. What's up, brother? How you doing? How you in?
My name is Dinesh. 10 years from now, I want to be studying for the bar exam.
Okay. I like that, man. I do, man. That's phenomenal. Didn't get it. How about you, young man? What's your name?
I'm Henry.
What's up, man? How you doing?
10 years. I don't know yet, but I think it's going to.
Okay. How about you? What's your name? What's up, Zach? How you doing, man?
10 years, I want to be a
Okay, not bad. Are you doing anything now to work towards it?
Yeah, I have an internship.
Okay. Okay, not bad. What grade you in? Okay. There you go, man. There you go. How about you, young man? What's your name?
My name is Maxwell.
What's up, Maxwell? How you doing, man?
Good. In 10 years, I probably will do some business.
Okay. Yes, I like that, Maxwell. How about you, young man? What's your name?
Kira.
Hey, Kira, how you doing?
I don't really know what I want to do in 10 years. Probably like digital media marketing.
Okay. Not bad. What's up, young man? How you feeling? What's your name, man?
My name is Jason. 10 years.
Hopefully I have a job. What?
Hopefully I have a job. Hopefully I have a life.
Yeah, let me ask you. Hold on. Why do you hope you're alive? What's going on?
I don't know. 10 years is a long time.
No, I've been here before. You know, I felt the same way. What grade are you in? Okay, you know what I'm saying? You right there. You know what I'm saying? So you understand. Listen, 10 years of flat back after high school, life just goes by fast. So you gotta understand that. Real. You'll be fine. So all you guys' story, y'all have a phenomenal story. You all want to go to a place where like when you guys can get there, you gotta believe in yourself and have that determination and that discipline. For sure. So we're gonna do another game. I want you guys to So write down something that you learned from my presentation that you're gonna take with you for the rest of your life, right? Or just, I say, something that you're just gonna carry with you. So on one side of the paper that you had to rip up, on the note side, I want you guys to write something down. On the feedback, that's the question I want you guys to ask me. If you have any questions, I want you guys to ask me. So I'm gonna give you guys 10 minutes to do that. So y'all can write down, if y'all have it, write it down, and we just go from there. You get a piece of paper? You got another note copy?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
Like she was trying to make a few
Mine was, I have nobody to blame but myself. Like oftentimes I like to blame like why what I'm doing and what's going on around me. Really, it's important to take accountability and move forward.
Why would she be in the I'm
What you?
Mine was, it was just a matter of changing my life.
I like it. How about you?
I agree with Henry. It was very active.
I appreciate that. How about you?
Yeah, well, I actually wanted to ask you which DO teacher it was, which DO
His
teacher.
name is Mr. Jenkins.
Oh,
Yeah, the healthcare to feed. Yeah, light skin guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, help. Yeah. All y'all want to do. Y'all see what I'm saying? Yeah. That's it? Okay. How about you, bro?
I really like your quote, college is only a scam when you never like it. So I was very excited.
Thank you. I appreciate it. How about you? How about you?
You don't have to be smart, you just have to know what you do.
I like that. How about you, bro?
Mine was success is just a matter of changing your mindset.
Okay.
It's like you just need to know you know to be successful.
That's it. Okay. How about you, young man? Okay. How about you?
Mine was make sure everything you do for a reason.
How about you?
Should I share feedback and notes or just notes?
Yeah, you can, whatever you prefer. You can
Okay.
do feedback first.
So for notes, I had the same comment. Like not being the smartest person in the world, but just working hard. And then for feedback, I had 2 questions.
Yes, ma'am.
One was about the special ed comment.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't think like being special ed means like you're stupid.
Yeah.
Because like my brother's special ed, so it's like I don't think that comment was like not to offend you in any way, but I don't think it was right. And then where did you get your hat from?
So I got this from a place in DC. It's called Mecca. Right, you know what Florida Avenue is?
That's my dad's store.
For real? I know your dad shake. Yeah.
I am from there.
Yeah, I'll be like, small world. So yeah, but like when he said it, like, you know, back then I was ignorant, you know, I'm like special ed. Every time you hear about special ed, you hear people dumb and all this other stuff. So I didn't have no knowledge back then, but now understanding now, basically really didn't mean anything. But back then, that's what it did. It actually motivated me, for sure. How about you?
Mine was prove other people wrong. And then I had a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you ever have any supportive friends?
Yeah, I had, let me be honest, like growing up, nobody could tell me nothing. Even if I had a supportive friend, I wouldn't listen to him. Because I just wanted to do what I want to do because I was just following the wrong, I'm not gonna say the wrong crowd, because accountability is the best ability you can have. So everything I did in my life, anything that happened, I blame myself, no one else. So I just wanted to do what I want to do because it was fun during the time. But things started happening when I had to realize, look, life is not a game. So that's what it is. How about you?
I like when your grandma said you need to floor for a second
Thank you, appreciate that. How about you?
He said that if you can do it, anyone else can do it.
For sure. How about you?
I don't remember the exact quote, but you were saying something about how work isn't hard, you just have to like apply yourself and be disciplined.
For sure. There you go. For sure. How about you, young man?
I really like train yourself to be a better person than you were yesterday.
Thank you. How about you, young man? Thank you. Okay. For sure. Thank you. So, like I say, man, at the end of the day, man, life is really what you make. Life is not hard at all. It's actually simple. But the things we do in life be complicated. But the things we do, the people we hang around, the choices we make, and the decisions we make. So always remember this quote. I'm gonna tell y'all this quote right here. It's so evil to live backwards. If you still live backwards, it's evil. So always remember that. It's so evil to live backwards. Always remember that. Thank you for having me. Thank you for the time. I thank you guys for being attentive. I thank you guys for listening. And I'm gonna turn it over to Mr. Clay Smile. Thank you guys for talk to me. Talk to me. Spent 4 years in. So basically, because high school totally got messed up. So in high school, I just really had to make it up in community college. Put myself together. After I did that, I went on to Green State University. So classes during that time, I can't remember, but I had a scholarship. I had rankings. I was in state. I had moved from DC to Montgomery County. So everything was pretty cheap when I was before. I used to get Green State. That's when I had to pay. Yeah, I had no loans. So Green State, they had to give me a grant, right? And I just had to cover the rest. So every semester I paid like, I want to say like $2,000 to every semester. Every semester, the only thing we had. So tuition was $4,000, they would just give me $2,000. Yeah.
And how are you going to get to real estate?
So real estate, over right there with the Clay Smile. We have a business called HGP, Humble Grateful and Prayerful. So he got a lot of contacts, a lot of big network, right? So I'm gonna say this. He had asked me for money, and I gave it to him, and ever since then, you know what? I just want to build my sister, cousin, ever since then, we just opened a business called HGP. We actually with LLC, I want to say